Good morning from Bobblehead Homestead. I'm Jeff. Today is Friday, and I don't know what's going on here. Let's look at the chicks. Alright, so there's Vicki Lawrence, the mama hen, and all 8 baby chicks they're out there. Here's the thing. I opened up everybody's cages this morning, and I forgot to close the gap again. Oh, see, I haven't, you have to get, yeah, Mama, Vicki Lawrence is establishing her dominance over the other hens, it appears, which is probably a good thing. Hello, Private Benjamin, yeah, and Carol Burnett's in the coop. So after I let everybody out this morning, I went inside and, grabbed a cup of coffee to come back out, and you know what's better than watching chickens first thing in the morning with a cup of coffee. But in like 2 minutes, by the time I got back out here, Vicki Lawrence, the mama hen, and all 8 of those baby chicks were in this coop. They're like, hey, we're taking over. Oh, that was kind of funny. And so, well, and I needed to get in there to check on, you know, number 2 and her babies. And so I went in there, and Mama Hen got out, and 4 of the baby chicks got out, but the other 4 couldn't figure out the door because, you know, bird brains. So, yeah, it is what it is. Okay, I'm gonna, Carol Burnett looks like she wants to lay an egg, but I want to go in there really quick. Okay, real quick check-in, number 2. I don't want to keep disturbing her. But 4 have hatched, and they hatched yesterday, but she's still got 4 eggs she's sitting on. So, I was kind of hoping they would all have been hatched by this morning so that I don't have to worry about, you know, the other hens wanting in that nest to lay their eggs. But it looks like Carol Burnett got the right idea. So, and that's a decoy egg. So yeah, number 2 is still sitting on 4 eggs, and she's got 4, looks like very healthy baby chicks under there. They've got a little bit of food and water. So, but as soon as those other 4 hatch, I'm going to take her out of this nest box and hopefully get her better situated. Okay, Bob is chasing a snake. It's all one color. Looks like it might, I don't think it, Bob, get away from the snake. I don't know what kind of snake it is. Well, at least he's chasing it off. I would hate for him to get bit by something bad. That would not be cool, Bob. Bob, you need to stay away from the snakes. Okay, so we've got some chicken chaos going on today. Oh, Vicki and the babies invaded the other chicken coop, and they just kind of took it over, and probably because they couldn't figure out how to get back out the door. But anyway, so I'm looking around for my chickens. I'm like, where are my chickens? And there's Walter and Betty and Punky's in there too. They're in the brooder I have set up. So they're like, they don't want to hang out with all those crazy kids. So they came out here and said, well, hey, if you're not using it, we're just gonna relax in here. Chicken chaos. Oh yeah, that's a nice dust bath area, I'm sure. I need to, well, I've already thrown diatomaceous earth in there already, so that's probably a good thing. But yeah, so Walter and Betty and Punky are in the brooder, and I just kicked all the baby chicks out of the other coop, but by the time I walk back there, they'll probably be back in. Chicken chaos at Bobblehead Homestead. Something else that has gotten done during my little hiatus of videos was no more brush pile and no more big boulders. There is one small pile back there with a big old stump, and he's going to come back through with the bulldozer one more time and he's going to get that, and then he's going to level some of this out, and waiting for it to dry. There's still mud patches in there, so we'll just wait a few more days for it to dry. But yeah, brush pile is completely gone. I picked up most of the trash. I didn't film any of that, but that was hours and hours out here with my little grabber thing and a trash bag. But I picked up tons of trash, 2 bags full, just in tiny little pieces of plastic. But anyway, so he's going to level this out, and then I will be ready to do with it what I will. Vicki Lawrence and the baby chicks are having fun out roaming around. I've had to kick them out of the chicken coop like 4 times today, but oh, it's been chicken chaos around here. That'll teach me to close off the laneway tomorrow, because the mama and the baby chicks were all hanging out over here today, and Walter and the girls were all hanging out over there today, and it was just chaos. Speaking of chaos, let's go in the coop. At one point early this afternoon, Private Benjamin wanted to lay an egg, and she wanted to lay it where number 2 and the baby chicks were. So there were, I mean, they weren't fighting or anything. I mean, they were just kind of, I don't know what you'd call it, positioning for spacing. Anyway, in the process, one of the eggs got broken. So, and there was, and it smelled. So it was either not fertile or it didn't take or whatever. Anyway, so the egg broken in there, I just used the opportunity to put number 2 and the 4 baby chicks and the 3 remaining eggs, and I got them into the cage. And number 2 was, for a good 10 minutes, she was not sitting on the egg. She was just, I don't know what she was doing, trying to dig out maybe. Who knows? But it looks like that was a couple hours ago, and every time I come out here and check, she is sitting on the egg still. So she's still sitting on 3 eggs. 4 of them have hatched, and they all look like they're doing well. And now she doesn't have to worry about anybody coming to bother her, and especially me. I will just let them be. I'm wondering if, well, anything can go wrong with eggs, but if they were being jostled too much the past couple days, I don't know. But yeah, so 4 baby chicks still sitting on 3 eggs, and hopefully they will hatch here very quickly. Hope they were all fertile. I'll just try to get a quick peek. Yep. 2 little 3. Yep. And I've seen them eat and drink, so that's good. One of them looks different than the others. That little brown buff one. Yeah, you don't look like the others. You're the first one that looks like that. Okay. Enough of Chick TV. Okay, this is fun. Walter's leading the way through the little hallway there. He stopped at the end of the hall, and all his ladies are lined up behind him. What's up? What's going on? Okay. I guess they're all afraid of the mama hen. Vicki Lawrence, I would be too. And here she comes. What in the world? You're trying to take over this coop. We all know. It's no secret. The problem is the chicks get in there and they can't figure out how to get back out. there's water all over the place for him. Okay, now I count 8. Counting them all day long. Hey, Betty White. I noticed you haven't gotten into any kerfuffles with Vicki Lawrence yet, so good for you. It's just been Carol Burnett and Mary Tyler Moore, I believe. So, yeah. And they're all hanging out over here. I don't know what... Oh, I guess you know, the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence, so... They like it over here because they don't get to spend as much time over here, and the baby chicks like it over there, so alright. As long as everybody finds their coop tonight. So I am not having to deal with that. I don't know. I guess. Yeah, the mama, and she might just decide to stay in that coop because, well, that's where she spent the first week and a half in that cage where number 2 is now. Alright, now they're all over there. I better go watch to make sure there's nobody being a big old meanie. Well, that one found a roost. You've been sitting up there for a few minutes. Yeah, you guys are growing up so fast. See, you're doing what all the adults do when they start primping, and yeah, they're getting bigger. Yep, it's chicken TV time, right, Bob? It's about 7 o'clock, and I have no idea who's going to end up in that coop tonight, but I'm going to be sitting right there watching. This is better than anything on TV on Friday night, I'm sure. People, you need to get out into the country, get you some chickens, and then adopt some stray cats that show up out of nowhere. Right, Bob? Oh boy! Vicki Lawrence is a fierce mama hen. Okay, so here's a quick recap. Vicki Lawrence has been, and the babies, have been circling around the coop for about the past, I don't know, 15-20 minutes. And I think what's happening is, and every time a few of her chicks get stuck in the coop. So she'll go in the coop to get the chicks that can't figure out how to get out. And then so she'll come out and then walk around. And there's a few other chicks that will, and she's always leaving behind chicks that can't figure out how to get out the door. And so it's like the chicks they're not letting her leave. So, okay, so, yeah, it's past Betty White's bedtime. Come on, Vicki Lawrence. So, I don't know. It looks like Vicki Lawrence she's been jumping up on, there's 3 roosts in there. And she's been jumping up on the middle one. The babies have been jumping up on the lowest one. So, I think she's eyeing that coop to maybe spend the night in there. And so that's why I'm sitting out here, is because Walter won't have anything to do with her. He won't even get near her. And I don't blame him. Oh, she's fierce. She took off. She hasn't fought with Betty White yet. She has fought with Mary Tyler Moore. And now, if Mary Tyler Moore gets too close, Vicki Lawrence is just going after her. So anyway, there's Betty White, and it's past her bedtime. It's well past her bedtime. So something is going to have to give here soon. something is going to have to give here soon. I guess I don't blame Vicki Lawrence either. That's a nice big coop, and I'd rather spend the night in there than that, you know, crummy old snake-proof nesting box that I made them. So anyway, it's probably boring. And you can't see through the net. I'm sorry. Well, I probably should have done this 20 minutes ago, but I just shut the door. That way Vicki Lawrence and the 8 babies cannot get back in there. So hopefully, and it's way past Betty White's bedtime. I'm sorry, Betty White. I know it's past your bedtime. I'll open it up as soon as Vicki takes her babies back to where they spend the night. They were all ready for bed. Oh. So I finally just had to corral Vicki and the babies towards the hallway. And so yeah, they have gone back over to their own side. And now Private Benjamin's getting a drink here. But as soon as Private Benjamin goes in, I'm going to close them in their coop. And then I am going to close off that hallway so I don't have to deal with all of this tomorrow. No harm, no foul. Take her easy, everybody.